Hey everybody, good morning. Using my new gimbal and I like it already, man. I like it already. Look at that, it's following me, doing exactly like it's supposed to. Love it. Okay, so we're back here. Welcome to the Sheepdog Logic channel. I'm Sheepdog and we're working on the Sergeant Major 1984 International 9670 Big Cam 3 400 CPL 625, best motor they ever put in a truck. So we're working on the passenger side shock replacement. If you watch my past videos where I did the driver's side shock replacement, then I'm doing the same exact thing on the passenger side. We've got the what we had to do was get the tire off. We had to cut the, let's see, I'm not forgetting it, the U-bolts off, get the shock plate or the U-bolt plate off, which is sitting over there behind the camera right now on the ground. And then we had to get the there's a bolt about this long, goes through the leaf springs, and on the bottom is what you think would be a bolt head is actually round and smooth. I don't understand how when it's down in there it actually holds the bolt from turning. Whatever, we're working on that. If the camera's a little dark, I apologize. Here, let me turn around, maybe facing, there we go. Yeah, maybe this way would be better. Sun on me. Okay, yeah, so anyway, so that bolt goes through. Well, I got when I was trying to get the nut off that bolt, which is what holds the bottom shock mount plate onto the leaf spring, I have to take that bolt head off in order to get that mount plate off so I can get the bolt, the shock bolt, the bottom shock bolt out of that plate, because it's rusted in there. Nothing. I got to take it to a friend of mine's place where he's got an acetylene torch, heats it up till it's glowing red, and then he uses his 1-inch impact Milwaukee drive and drives it right out. But anyway, while I was taking that nut off, the bolt started turning. So that's a problem. It's a serious problem. So what I've done up till the last video, I actually jacked up the cab leaf springs off the axle so I could grab. That's when I found out that the bolt head is actually not octagon or sextagon or whatever it is, six-sided, you know, like a regular bolt head. It's smooth, round, and it fits into a hole on top of the axle, and that's what holds the whole truck in alignment. That's how they align the axle with the truck itself. So it's imperative that that bolt be in there. The problem is now the bolt's turning, so I can't put the nut back on, which I'm not putting the original nut back on anyway. If you followed me in my last video, we're doing the other side, you know I have to cut new threads into that bolt to fit a 1/2-inch nut. Now I've already cut in with this here 9/16. That's my start, because the threads on that bolt are somewhat fine. It's a different bolt. You know, it's 38 years old. Who knows where they got it from, but it's probably International's bolt. So there is no bolt on the market that you know I could find a nut for, not even at International. And now I'm getting ready to do the 1/2-inch thread. So I've done the 9/16. I have to hold the bottom of the bolt with some channel locks and then thread this around all nice and neat like. And I was able to do it with the 9/16. Now we're gonna try with a 1/2-inch. Let's do it. All right, there's the picture of the bolt head. Let's get to threading. First thing we're gonna do is put some cutting oil on there. Just a tad. A little more than a tad, but it is what it is. Oh, somebody's texting me. Come on. Oh, for crap. All right. come on now. Oh, come on. Come on, get started, baby. Get started. It's hard to do this with one hand. You really need two hands to do it, but I gotta hold the bolt itself while I turn this. I'm gonna turn this around because I got a feeling I might have it in backwards. Not that I really don't think there's a direction. You can do it from either side, but just to be on the safe side. All right. There we go. All right, now it's going. Maybe there is a directional side. I guess it would make sense to have one. It's going good. Looks pretty level to me. Real test will be when we get done and we put the nut on. Hands getting tired. Oh, slipped off. Oh, slipped off again. Oh, come on. Oh, you mother scratcher. So close and it keeps slipping off. almost there. Almost there. All right, I think we're there. All right. With this screwdriver. Looks good. Looks good. All right, let's go get that nut and see how that goes on there. Look at that. Look at that. We are good to go. Now, once I get that shock mount, well, let me get you out of it. Well, once I get that shock mount plate bolt, okay, bottom shock bolt that's in the plate, the shock plate, once I get that bolt out, then I can put the plate back on, I clean it up, paint it, put it back on, and then I can tighten this down doing the same method right here, because that's the only thing it tightens down is that shock mount plate. That's the only thing that it holds on there. Plus it holds this leaf spring true to this axle. But once I get this tightened down over that shock plate, and then I set these springs back down on this axle, as long as it goes in the hole, which I don't see no problem for it doing that. Which right now I'm gonna set it down just because I'm not gonna be doing anything with it for a while. So there really ain't no reason to hold it up in the air. So we're gonna set it back down. And once I get that shock mount cleaned up, then we'll pick it back up. Make sure you're recording. Yep, still recording. I like this gimbal already. All right, here we go. Nice and slow. There it goes, it fell in the hole. Now it's all the way down. All right, so that's as good as we're gonna get today, but I am stoked, I'm happy. We got the bolt threaded. We got the new nut on there. And like I said, come here, camera. There you go. What the heck? Gotta reset it. There you go. Follow me. Okay, so once I get this bolt out of here, this plate goes on top of that nut. That bolt goes through this hole, and the nut goes on the top and holds this plate down to the leaf springs. And then I put this on top of this, all right? And then the U-bolts go over top of this and hold everything onto the leaf springs, hold the leaf springs down on the axle, holds all that together. So that's what we got to do. So I got to take this to work with me tomorrow or Monday night and drop it off Monday after work. In fact, I'll probably just hang up there while he does it. He'll probably do it in like 10 minutes. He'll have this out of there in like 10 minutes. So yeah, and then once he does that, once I come back home, well, Friday I got an appointment with the VA. I'm a veteran, by the way. Served in the military for 8 years. Went to war twice. Never got shot. Never shot nobody. When I went somewhere, my lieutenant, he got shot at while they were chasing the guy on a motorcycle, but nobody got hit. So, and they had to stop because the motorcycle was going into town. But anyway, so yeah, so once I get back next weekend with this plate, then we're gonna put the plate back on. We'll tighten down that nut. We'll put that other block on, which today I'm gonna clean that block up, get it all cleaned up and painted. And then next weekend I'll clean this plate up, paint it, put it on, lock the nut down, put that other plate on, put the U-bolts on, and then commence to putting the shock on and putting the tire back on. So we're not that far off. I mean, this is going a lot quicker than the last one went because I didn't know what I was doing. That's all there is to it. I didn't know what I was doing. Never done it before. You know, I had a rag. I thought I brought it with me, but I don't see it. Go figure, right? Go figure. All right, got my rag now. So all that's left now is to clean up that big old block and clean up my mess, and that's pretty much all we can do today. I was gonna get started on the horns, which I wanted to show you. I took these off the horns yesterday. They cover the front of the horn. I started to clean this one up. It looks better than this one. I don't know if you can even see it on the camera, but yeah, steel wool. Cleans rust off pretty good. I still got some work to do on it to get it as clean as I want it, but yeah, so I took these off. But it looks like the bolts that hold the horns on actually go through the roof, so I got to take the liner off on the inside in order to get the horns off, which sucks. So yeah, so I don't know, but let's go get that block cleaned up, shall we? All right, let's do it. Yeah, I love my new gimbal. It's actually simpler. It's bigger, it's longer, so I don't feel like I'm holding a little child's toy. And it works. It's working great. Put you over here where you can see me. Got a big old 3 giant legs for the tripod. Yeah, okay. Let's get started. Still got to do the back. I got the sides all done. And the front top. Yep. So I'm going to spray this with Aspro when I'm all done. And then let it dry and then paint it. Alright, that's good enough. I'm going to spray it now with some Aspro and let her dry, and then we'll paint it. I'll wipe off my hands before I pick up my new camera. Or gimbal, I should say. Hot diggity dog. I'm stoked. Getting some stuff done today. It's so nice when that brand new shock's put on there and the tires put back on. Oh yeah. All right, let's go spray this with some Aspro. I just gotta remember what I did with that. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, where are we gonna put this piece of wood? There we go. Sunshiny, beautiful day today. Supposed to get up to 89. Love it. Bring on the heat. All right, let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, sit down, camera. Where are we at? Yep, you can see. That's not what I wanted to do. What the? Oh, come on. Jumping Jehoshaphat. Seriously. Oh, the wind got it in my eye just a tad bit. Not good, not good. You do not want this stuff in your eye. You don't want to breathe it in. You don't want it on your skin. That is acid. And it will can make you go blind. can affect your lungs. So yeah, you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. You don't want to be getting it in your eyes or nothing. So that'll soak till it dries, and once it dries, I'll paint it. And then it'll dry until next weekend when I put it all back together. Whew. So there you go. I mean, I can't do, there ain't nothing else I can do until I get that plate cut off, or that bolt taken out, so I can have that plate back, and then mount that plate to the leaf spring. But hey, you know what? I've already said all that, and what I just hope y'all can feel my positiveness of what's going on this morning. Last night when I went to bed, I was concerned. I put that video up last night of up to that point before I brought you on board here for this video, and you know, thinking about that bolt, having to find a bolt to replace that bolt with would be, I can't imagine how hard that would be, because like I said, trying to find the nut, the original thread to that bolt on this side. When I did this side, I tried to find the nut to fit that bolt, and International couldn't do it. Nobody could do it. I even had the bolt with me and told them, you know, find a bolt to thread that on, and then you'll know what nut it is. And nobody could find me a bolt. So had to make a new one. So getting that bolt rethreaded was a plus. Was a damn right plus. Awesome. So the only problem I'm going to have now is, and it don't look like it's going to be a problem, is I got to hold that bolt when I put that plate on. After I get that bolt out of that plate, that shock mount plate, put that plate on the leaf spring, tighten that nut down. It don't have to be supersonic tight. It's just got to be real, just tight. All right. It's doesn't have to be torqued down with 150 foot-pounds of torque. So just tight. Set the springs back down on the axle. Put that block I just cleaned up on there. Put the U-bolt, brand new U-bolts I got on there. Tighten it all down. Put the shock on. We're good to go. Put the steer tire on. So until then, when I bring you back, we'll start it again. Y'all have a good one. There, first coat done. I gotta let that dry and then flip it over and do the back side. But I like that color. Definitely flat black. That's the color I like. It's a work truck. It's an old truck, so I like flat black, not pretty glossy black. No, not on this truck. So there you go. I'll bring you back when I paint the other side. See you soon. Hey everybody, I'm back. Let's finish painting that block, that cast iron U-bolt block. I don't know what its official name is. I used to know. I don't know. U-bolt block. That's what it's for. It's to support the U-bolts. It's the top part of the sandwich. U-bolts go on top of that and go through the frame, and or not frame, axle, and tighten up, and that's what they tighten to. That right there. So U-bolt block, I guess. That's what we're gonna call it. There we go. All right, I'm gonna paint the bottom now. That should be good. Yep, that should be good. Stick this in here. Let that dry, and then stick it over there on the leaf springs and until I get back next weekend and put it all back together. Oh, it seemed like there was something I was going to tell you all, and I can't remember what it was or what it is. Well, let's talk about something right here real quick. These things right here, got two of them. They're going to replace these things right here, right? So I was reading the instructions on them yesterday, and I got to move this power steering reservoir. Nice move. I'm going to move it from where it's at to the opposite side. So that's perfect because I need to move it anyway for the stack mount for this thing here. So they also want me to move this box. Oh yeah, that box right there next to the battery. It's attached to the battery box. They're telling me I need to move that, but I don't see why. I've been looking and looking. I think what they're trying to do is get that whole area below that's the cab spring. Once I take that cab spring out, as you can tell, these are going to sit lower than the original ones. So I think they're just trying to get that whole area cleaned out. But from what I can tell, there ain't going to be nothing in the way of that. It might, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I might have to move that, but that's going to be a bitch. Moving electrical, all that electrical. That's the junction box for the whole truck. So, yeehaw! But I'm gonna definitely look into that more. But that's a later project, but it's not too far down the road because it's got to be done. And overall, it's not going to be hard. But moving that junction box will be a little bit difficult, simply because you got to disconnect all the wiring and pull it all out of there, then reroute it, and then move the junction box, and then rehook all that wiring back up. At least that's how it looks right now. Maybe once I get the cab up and I can see better and yada yada yada, maybe it won't be that difficult after all. So I think I'm gonna clean up the rest of the day. We're about to have a cookout. Enjoy the rest of the day. Beautiful day, and then tomorrow we're going to gonna go to a flea market and enjoy the rest and not celebrate Memorial Day. Okay, there is no celebration. It's a thought process, right? Please take a moment in between your partying and whatever it is you're going to do on Memorial Day weekend, and at least on Memorial Day Monday, take a minute to thank them in your heart. The brothers and sisters that served in the armed forces, that gave the ultimate sacrifice, that can't be with their families this weekend, this day, tomorrow at all. You know what I'm saying. So if you could do that, it'd mean a lot to me and all the other veterans. If you're a veteran, I shouldn't even have to be telling you this, but if you're not a veteran, please take a minute of your day tomorrow and just in silence or amongst yourselves, however you want to do it, just think about them. Think about the people that served in the armed forces and gave the ultimate sacrifice. Can't be with their families, loved ones. With that, I say goodbye, and I'll bring you back maybe when I get down to Martin. I gotta do something on the lieutenant down there, Lieutenant Watermelon. I'll bring you back on that, but if not, I'll bring you back next weekend and finish up that job on that shock replacement. So, adios. Have a good one. Be safe. Sheepdog out.